What's up guys, Katia here. I wanted to make this video to help people change the wheels on their car for the BRZ/GR86. I've seen a lot of videos where people jack up the car fully to work underneath the car, but when you're doing a quick wheel change, you don't actually need to fully jack up the car. And I'll show you how to just do it with the pinch welds that are located right behind and in front of the wheels. First of all, the BRZ/GR86 doesn't actually come with a spare tire, but if you are doing a lot of driving, it's definitely a good idea to have one, and some of you may actually carry one. The twins do come with a repair kit to fix your punctured tire, but I will not be covering how to use that kit in this video. You can check the manual for more information about it. So before you put the tire and wheel on your car, it's good to do an inspection because it's easier to check if anything is wrong with it. So you want to first look at the tire to see if there's any nails or anything else that could be puncturing it. And then you also want to check the tread to make sure that it's worn out evenly, because if it's more worn on one side rather than the other, it could be an alignment issue, or it could mean that you are filling up the pressure in your tire not correctly. All right, so another thing you can do is actually wash your wheel and tire before putting it on. And then a good thing to check is your tread indicator, and it's this like groove that's sticking out right here. And as long as your tread is above it, it's good to go. You're safe. Also, don't forget to chalk up your wheels. This prevents your car from rolling forward. So when you're jacking your car up, make sure to put it into reverse gear if it's a manual, or park if it's an automatic. Make sure to put the parking brake up, have the windows rolled up, and all the doors closed. Don't open any doors. This keeps it the most stable when you're jacking your car up. So the scissor jack is underneath this trunk mat, and it's located on the left-hand side. Here's the scissor jack. And then there's another tool that you'll need, which is located on the right-hand side. All right, so once you know that your tires and wheels are in good condition, the next thing that you want to do is break your lug nuts loose. And you do this by just twisting with this tool right here. And the reason why you want to do this before you jack your car up into the air is for two reasons. One is that you want to just first verify that no lug nuts are actually seized on your car. And two, it's a lot easier to do this while the car is on the ground instead of in the air. And you want to just break them loose just the tiniest bit, not too much, just so that, you can easily get it when the car is actually off the ground. So using the scissor jack, you want to have it positioned between the two grooves, which are located about a hand width away from the front tire. This is one of the grooves, and then this is the second groove right here. Then you just try to position it between the grooves, and then you just crank it up with your fingers right here by rotating. So now that I've tightened it with my fingers to the point where I can't tighten no more, I will use this tool. And the way to use it is that you put the hook in the hole, and then you keep your left hand kind of horizontal, not moving too much, and then you just twist with your right hand. So keep cranking it until the wheel is just slightly off the ground. You really don't need much, because if you keep cranking this thing, it actually becomes less stable the more you raise it. So now that the wheel is off the ground, you're ready to take it off, but because I'm at home, I'm actually just gonna use a jack stand. All right, so what's better to use is this garage jack. It's a lot more stable than the scissor jack, and the way that it works is that you just put it underneath the car, and then you want to find those two grooves in the pinch weld, and you just line it up in between them. So these are the two grooves right here, and then you just kind of want it centered so that it goes right in the middle of this plate. Actually, it gets quite challenging. The more you do it, the more your wheel becomes off the ground. So now that the wheel is actually raised above the ground, you can go ahead and fully loosen the lug nuts. That was actually my first time ever taking lug nuts off a wheel. And that was my first time taking a tire or a wheel off a car. And after you have all your lug nuts on the actual wheel, you just tighten them up. And the best way to tighten them is actually going from one and then going across to the other. So you always just kind of go in a star pattern. That's the best way to tighten them. And you do this because you want to have the wheel flush to the mounting surface. If you do them all on one side and tighten them all, the ones that are all close to each other, it could cause misalignment, which could cause damage. All right, so once you have the lug nuts tightened, you actually want to then drop the wheel back to the ground, and then you can actually tighten them some more. So I'll drop the wheel. So now the wheel is back on the ground, and then you can actually tighten them some more to make sure that they are nice and tight. All right, so once you've made sure that they're very well tightened and that they're evenly tightened, you're finished, and go for a drive around the block. And once you come back from a drive, you can then tighten them just one more time, and then boom, that's it. You've changed your tire. Hope you found this video useful, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And remember, stay chillin'.